This is where the fun begins.
Yes, Texas is a rival.
I have a river of Kool-Aid for basketball.
It's time to step inside the hog pen.
Don't adjust your TV screens. Don't adjust your YouTube. That's right. Welcome into another episode of Inside the Hog Pen. Your boy's back. Gentlemen, the boss is back. So everybody be on your best behavior. It is great to be back inside the Hog Pen. I'm Razorback Zach, your host from the Central Arkansas Hog Pen, alongside my wild band of misfits. From the NEA, he is holding it down. He's my longtime co-host, cohort, partner, and professionally proven glue that holds the whole damn thing together. Marcus MC Carlton, who is about to be put, Tyler, in his 5-point harness because hoops kick off this Friday. And on the far
Friday
side
night, baby.
And on the far side of your screen, hold it down from Mountain View up in the Ozarks is Tyler Callahan. What's up, gentlemen?
How are we?
How we doing, boys?
Glad to have you back.
I'm doing better. I needed last week off because I didn't have a voice at all. My voice just kind of like up and disappeared. So, hey, we had a big turnout at the Lit Oktoberfest 2 weeks ago, and I thank everybody for showing up and showing out. And then my daughter had her first Razorback game at A&M this past Saturday. We waited 2.5 hours in the rain. Oh my God, it was awful up here. Look, when I got home, I couldn't feel my feet, my hands, nothing. My jeans were about 30 pounds heavier than they were when I left. It was rough. But she had an amazing time, and it wasn't a bad game either.
The crowd sounded great on TV. I'll admit.
Hey.
When we got back in the game and got, right there where it was just back and forth, the crowd sounded amazing.
And I don't think ESPN did the crowd enough justice because I was there. I was on the east side. Chloe and I were on the east side, about on the 50, about halfway up, and there was, it was loud. It sounded like a sellout, but I think there was only about 68 to 72,000.
Man, it was loud.
But they didn't leave. See, normally these teams. Think about it. You got an interim coach. You're 2-4. All right. I looked around. Nobody left till about a minute to go.
Yeah.
Nobody left until about a minute to go. So props to the fan base for hanging in there, which is promising because, again, this team a year or so ago, when they had, when they were in the midst of the losing season, when they were in the midst of all that chaos and everything, and again, you're talking about a 2-hour rain delay. I was thinking there was maybe going to be 20,000 people there, maybe less.
Yeah.
No, it was a packed house.
Yeah, man. And how do you feel like that really propels into what a great atmosphere? But, the discoordination, it seems like, between the fan base on Petrino, man, like there are a lot of people who are divided on where this is going to go, but like there's a lot of support there, and that showed, like you said, with a 2-4 team after a cold front and a rain to have a stadium and atmosphere like that.
I'll tell you this, Tyler, and again, I haven't gone back and watched the telecast that the ESPN put on. Right after that fourth down play where Talon missed that wide open receiver,
the Cowboy go get it play.
Yeah. I think they went to timeout or something, but I promise you, boys, I don't know if they showed this on ESPN or not. Bobby was about as red-faced as his polo.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I saw Bobby, and I was like, bring it. Bring it.
That was some vintage BMFP right there.
I was happy about it. And here's the thing, going back on Tyler's point, I'm trying to get the show shared out on social media, by the way. That's why I keep looking down. Going back on Tyler's point, I think the one thing that most people are divided on are the ones that can't let go of what happened 12 years ago, because they point to him as the reason why we went through 12 years of hell, basically. 12 years of mediocrity, 12 years of,
I
less
think that's a
than.
stretch, but
Well, but I mean, again, it's an opinion. It's just an opinion. This is just, optics.
Yeah, we didn't say it was a good one. We just said it was an opinion.
Well, damn, see, I'm gone. Damn, I'm gone a week. And you come back tired. God, dang, man.
I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, okay. So, what do you think it is, MC? If it's not that, then what is it? Why? So much
I don't know.
hobby?
I think there's some that are just. I don't think they want to put any kind of nostalgia thing in there, because this fan base is notorious for living off of nostalgia. We've talked about this. And I think it's trying to get away from that and to kind of break that stigma a little bit. I don't know, man. I mean, the longer this goes and the more jobs that come open, I almost think Arkansas is going to be better off in the long run. Just go ahead and remove the interim tag, get him on the cheap, and then have a bunch of money left over to either go buy a plus defensive coordinator, and then put some money in the NIL for some defensive studs, because that's obviously where the need is.
I will tell you this, from what I saw on Saturday, there is not, and I'm gonna echo a point you made on Twitter, MC.
Yeah,
there is not an SEC caliber defensive player on that side of the ball.
There's really not, man. I mean, it's just, golly, those dudes. I mean, God bless them. I know they're trying, but my gosh, guys.
They're making our defense look like Swiss cheese, bro.
Man, I will say this. I agree. But did y'all know that Julian Neal graded out at like a 90 on PFF?
See, man, I don't know.
I mean, here's the biggest deal, guys. Our defensive line is awful. And as a secondary and linebackers, if your defensive line's not eating up blocks and causing that quarterback to get uncomfortable and get rid of the ball quicker than he really wants to,
yeah,
the back end of that defense has no chance, because we are not getting any kind of push up front.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would agree, man. There are so many fundamental things that are wrong on defense. I mean, you can take a laundry list of it and try to figure it out. And it's, I told a buddy of mine over the weekend, and I told my wife this as well, because she's like, well, what's the deal with the defense? I said, because she's a casual fan. She doesn't watch as closely as I do. I said, this is about like trying to run the Kentucky Derby with a donkey. I said, that's the situation the defense is in.
That is great. Hey, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to be joined by our special guest for this week. Tyler set this up. But have you guys heard of the podcast Tusk Talk with Ty? That is a tongue twister. I'm glad I got that out, because I'm not the brightest crayon in the box. Have you guys heard about this podcast?
Yes. Sorry, you caught me with a mouthful of water.
You're
Absolutely.
good. This guy knows what he's talking about. We're going to have a conversation with him on the other side of the break. You're listening to Inside the Hog Pen. Back in just 30 seconds.
Attention Razorback fans and local businesses. Are you ready to reach the most passionate Arkansas sports fans out there? Introducing Inside the Hog Pen, not your normal Razorback talk show. We're fans first and don't try to hide it. No agendas, no propaganda. At Inside the Hog Pen, we call it like we see it. And now we're looking for sponsors to join the team. This is your chance to put your brand in front of thousands of loyal Razorback fans who breathe Arkansas sports. From small businesses to major brands, we have sponsorship packages tailored just for you. So let's grow together and make Inside the Hog Pen bigger and better. Don't miss out. Call 501-416-4331 or email us today at insidethehogpen@gmail.com and become a proud sponsor of Inside the Hog Pen.
All right, welcome back to special edition of Inside the Hog Pen, Tusk Talk with Ty. First off, I got to ask Ty, welcome into the Inside the Hog Pen, man. Where'd you come up with the name?
I don't know. I had to change the name because it was Pig Trail Network, and I went to Otis Kirk reached out to me and wanted me to help them Hogville jumpstart their YouTube, get their YouTube up and running. And I did that, was there for a little while, but because of their relationship with Pig Trail Nation, I was asked, is there a way you can maybe change the name? And I thought, well, okay, I've got my original name for the original show was Tuss Talk all those years ago. But yeah, I've been doing this for a while. I've been around making content since, at least for the Razorbacks, since about 2018.
So you've been around about as long as we have. We started in 2017. Tomorrow actually is our 9th year.
Oh wow, yeah. I've definitely been around the block.
Man, we have seen some terrible football in that time, haven't we?
Wow. Yeah.
You're talking about the end of Bielema and then through the Morris years, and I mean, golly, it's just we're overdue for some good stuff, man.
And yet we're still seeing rough football. Ty, let me start off by asking, what were your thoughts on that A&M game Saturday?
Oh, where to begin? It's just more of the same with the defense. I mean, I haven't felt this way since the Chad Morris era, since Chief was the defensive coordinator, where I knew this is going to end.
Oh my God,
this is going to end in points. The offense is going to walk right down the field. I've never. It's been that long, and I did not think we'd ever get back to that level of bad, and here we are. So,
well,
really
but the offense, Ty, I mean, they're holding their own for all intents and purposes. They're holding their own, but it is hard to watch that defense.
Yeah.
Is it just a matter of not being able to develop players, or is it misreading talent coming out? Incoming talent, or I mean, how do you explain such a bad offense?
It's got Zach so tongue-tied he can't even ask the question, man. I mean, that's how bad it is.
Like Saturday night, I was just sitting there in the stadium going, what in the hell is going on?
Yeah, I think everything you asked is it's all the above with the defense. There's a major lack of talent. I don't know if that's just the best that money could buy. Quincy Rhodes has had moments. I mean, I think for about 2 weeks he made CBS Sports first round, projected first round. He's had moments, but you know what? He finally plays some pretty good, opposing offensive linemen, and he struggles. And but that's not all on him. That entire defensive line, I would say Cam Ball too. I mean, these guys have just underachieved, and it might have been an evaluation thing. I don't know, but they did not spend the money. Like, I am a big, and call me maybe this comes from the Brett Bielema way of trying to build a team. And obviously we know how that ended up being, but I am a big build from the inside out guy when it comes to building a football team. You build around the line of scrimmage. And then obviously with a guy like Petrino, you're going to go out and get whatever you need at all the skill positions and of course quarterback. But that was never really seemed like a focus here. And especially this last offseason, I kept asking myself, like, okay, I like some of the depth pieces, but how much true depth do they have? I thought they were a little bit better off than where they ended up being. And by the end of fall camp, I was talking to some media folks who were like, there's going to be some issues here. They've got some depth issues. And here we are. Cam Ball, there's a reason why Cam Ball takes 60-something snaps a game. There's a reason for that. There's just not a lot of depth there, and it shows week in and week out.
John Haley. Go ahead, Tyler.
I was going to say, even you talk about the depth too, but one of the things that we saw time and time again in this A&M game is our defense was in the position to make the plays. There were opportunities. There were several, at least 3 opportunities for us to come away with an interception where our defenders just didn't make a play on the ball. Or you got, everybody remembers the sideline catch by Bethel Roman, and Walker didn't even attempt to knock the ball down or make a play on the ball whatsoever. And there were the touchdown pass in the back of the end zone where Madden didn't make the move. He didn't even play the ball. He just watched the guy catch it. It's little things like that, Wooden, not Madden. And you start looking at that and you're thinking, what in the world? I mean, these guys from wherever they come from, when they know they're going to be on the defensive side of the ball, they're taught to be aggressive. It blows my mind. It's at times some of the things that we see happening.
It's pretty bad. I said in our Discord, I said I've never seen a team push tackle as often as Arkansas does on defense. They push tackle.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like there's much of an effort to actually bring a guy down to the dirt. And it's tickle me Elmo football on defense. And I'm just so tired of watching it.
That's great.
And there needs the changes just, and again, it all comes down to what you didn't do in the offseason. You failed this defense in the offseason.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now, does that fall back on Travis Williams? Because here's the thing, John Daly on the local radio station here in Little Rock, I'm not going to name it because I don't want to give anybody free publicity, but he comes out after game 1 and says, boys, there's going to be trouble with this defense. Just wait. Everybody thought he was outside his mind. I don't think he was that far off, boys. I really don't.
Right. JD may like his vodka, but the man knows his stuff. I mean,
Ty's right though. This is tickle me Elmo defense.
Yeah.
They're not wrapping up. They're not going. I mean, Memphis and Ole Miss were trying to punch the ball out. We haven't even gotten anywhere close to it.
Well, and another thing I've noticed is that there's a lot of times, especially on running plays, linebackers will not charge towards the play. They'll wait for the play to come to them. And that was something I had never noticed. And then I started watching 4th and 5 and watching the breakdown that he does on the film. And he's like, what are we doing? I mean, are we just waiting to hug the guy? And he was talking about how we need to be more aggressive and go to the play rather than waiting on the play to come to us. And I don't know. I mean, I feel like if you're going to be to an SEC level of a player to where you're going to get a scholarship at an SEC school, there's some of this fundamental stuff that these guys should already know. I feel like there's a lot of fundamental breakdowns on the defense, and I don't know. I don't know enough about it to know if they are playing cautious, if they're thinking too much, or if they're just really there's that big of a lack of talent.
Yeah, it's like watching the Titanic sink, man.
Yes.
He's full of sound clips. Oh,
yes.
It's just I went on a halftime thing in Discord, Tuss Talk Discord. I went on a little spiel. I want to say this was the Ole Miss game halftime, and I mean I went. I don't know how much swearing you guys do on the show, but
bring it.
I would absolutely ape shit. I mean, I was just so, and people even then, I had someone DM me after that, like, Ty, I don't think they're that bad. I think this is just, these guys are just that good. And I said, yeah, I don't think so. I think we've got a problem. Now, I'm not John Daly, by God, but listen, I did not like what I was seeing. And a part of me after that was like, okay, all right, yeah, it was Ole Miss. There were some things I didn't like, but they'll correct this. Travis Williams and this staff will correct this. And it only seemed to get worse.
Yeah.
Okay, so that begs me to question, though. And again, I'm not the brightest crayon in the sea or the fastest turtle in the shed, but here's the thing. The last, 2 years, Travis Williams' defense has been almost great. Almost great. But was it because the offense was that atrocious? Now, Mem C brought up a good point a couple of weeks ago. Did the offense look that good in off-season this year because the defense was that bad? I mean, their SEC schools and even Memphis was making this defense look like Swiss cheese.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think the offense is just really good, but I think the biggest loss that we had was the 3 guys that were on the edge with Landon Jackson, Anton, and the other guy's name slipping, Davier or however you said that.
Cavalier.
Oh, Nico,
yeah. You had 3 really good edge rushers last year, and they're gone. And now Quincy Rhodes was supposed to be the dude, and who's the guy that we brought in? Zero. His name's.
I'm really bad when people ask me the names right on the spot. I'm like,
I'll pull the roster up. Hang on, I'll get it.
Philip something, or I can't remember his name. Anyhow,
Justice Boone.
Justice Boone.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be another one of those guys that were supposed to help shore that up, and it hasn't worked out. But man, it's hard to watch. But on the other side of things, our offense right now is otherworldly. I mean, the way to put up 42 points, even though one of them was a junk touchdown on the number 37th ranked defense in the country. Not only that, but the number 4 team in the country. That's no small task.
Well, we're the only ones this year that have put up that much on this team. So that's saying something. The offense. Go ahead, Ty.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say, I think they almost doubled the amount of points the A&M averages that they give up on defense.
Yeah.
But I mean, so the offense is there. The offense was moving. Now, I was talking to Tyler a couple of days ago, and I put the loss solely on the defense for about 95% of it, and then 5% on Taylor Green's decision making when he panics.
Well, and I want to elaborate on that for a minute, because I've been really hard on Taylor with some of his decision making, but I will say this: the defense is so bad that it is causing people like me to judge the offense a little unfairly, because if the offense is not perfect, if they are 95% instead of 100%, it could be the difference in the game. And you look at the numbers we're putting up video game type numbers on everybody. It's just that we cannot get 1 or 2 key stops on defense in the game. And everybody's so frustrated with the defense that you start looking at the offense like, well, damn, how did we get through there and not score? And they're putting up, they put up 42 points and over 500 yards of offense on A&M. I mean, if you'd have told me going into that game, or most any game, hey, you're going to put up over 500 yards, you're going to put 42 points on the board, I would have felt pretty good about the chances of winning.
Let me defend my position with Taylor Green. Taylor, when he panics,
and I've been on him too, man.
When he panics, he does what Taylor does, and he runs 15, 20 yards the opposite direction.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I say his decision making. That's what I mean by that.
Oh, I was ready to throw something through the wall when he ran backwards for about 25 yards and then wasn't able to get away and got sacked.
Yes.
Because that's a momentum killer, man.
And he was fingertips away from getting a safety.
Yeah.
And here's the crazy thing about it. There were 2 plays like that where he took off backwards. And if he would have just stepped up in the pocket, the rush was coming from the outside. There was no penetration from the defensive tackles. It was all he had to do was step up in the pocket, and he could have scrambled from there. But the most frustrating thing to me out of all of the things that we're talking about right now was the 4th and 1 touchdown that he missed. On that
Cowboy, go get it. Yeah.
Go get it. Now, and I was talking about this, Ty. I was talking to the guys about this in pre-show before we came on air. I don't know if ESPN showed it, but right after that play, when he ran to the sideline, Bobby P showed old school Bobby P and was about as red as the damn polo he was wearing that night. And I was like, get on him, Bobby. Come on, inject it in my veins.
Gave him the old Tyler Wilson treatment.
Yes, he did.
I was waiting for him to reach up and grab the face mask and lock eyes. And I was like, please do it. Please do it.
So, I was credentialed there for about 3 years. I got to go to practice, and I was there during his first fall camp, and it was spring camp that year and last year. And a lot of the questions with the media, everyone was wanting to know, like, are we going to get old school Bobby in practice?
Yeah.
Now I've never, that was my first rodeo with him there as the coordinator, or being back in town. And, he seemed pretty mellow. And I was thinking, like, I don't know, maybe he has, ages. He's a grandpa now, maybe. And then I think it was KJ Jackson at quarterback. Bobby kind of runs up to the side of KJ Jackson, who's running with the threes because he was a freshman, stops almost before the snap, and just goes on this swearing tangent at KJ Jackson. And I'm like looking around like, oh my God. Okay. So this is what that was like. And then there was another time when we actually were in the stadium and they were practicing. It was on a Saturday, and Green had motioned Centennia to the slot, and he runs a go route downfield. Well, Green hits an underneath throw to, I want to say it was either to a tight end. I can't remember, but Bobby does what Bobby, what he does, runs up to him and he says, hit the blanking go route. It's right there. I mean, he's just screaming at Green. And listen, I played ball in high school. Like, I got my ass chewed more than one occasion. It's part of it. But I did legitimately feel kind of bad for Green. And I was thinking, this is what Ryan and Tyler had to go through. All right, I get it. Like, this is how he operates.
Into him though. Look at what that made them into.
Yeah.
You don't get that kind of coaching anymore.
Well, you definitely didn't from Pittman. I mean,
no.
I never.
Y'all, okay, so now that you brought that up, now that you brought the coaching up, I'm going to go ahead and switch gears for a minute, Ty. All right. Is it refreshing to know that when you watch a press conference now, you're getting actual answers rather than I don't know, I'll have to go back and look at it, or we've got a pretty damn good football team, or the infamous, wait for it, MC?
I don't know. We made that the butt of so many jokes on here about, either he would say, I don't know, or, oh, well, I'll have to go look at the film, and then you flip that on its head with Coach Petrino, and he's recalling exact moments from the game. I didn't realize, honestly, how bad it had gotten with Sam until I watched that first post-game presser. I guess it would have been the Tennessee game.
Yeah.
And Bobby was in there just it was almost like he got an advanced copy of the questions they were going to ask. That's how prepared he was coming into the post game.
Well, to follow up. Oh, go ahead, Ty.
I was just going to say he was the coordinator, right? He's going to be able to answer those questions where Sam really couldn't. But you guys are right. Like, it's nice to actually, the questions are getting answered.
Yeah.
And he's pretty, I don't want to say, I don't know if blunt is the right word necessarily, but he's giving you the answers and what he knows about what's happening. And with Pittman, it was that Southern kind of slow draw. Well, fans are getting tired of that, man. I mean, they just were.
It kind of begs the question, the first couple of years that Barry Odom was here, was Barry Odom the one propping him up? Because look at all the issues that have happened since.
I think that's
fair. I really think it was Kendall.
That's fair.
I really think it was Kendall Briles, guys. And I know that that's crazy to think, but when Kendall Briles left, Barry Odom was here for one more year, was he not? And the wheels kind of started falling off. Kendall Briles with KJ Jefferson, that was just a different offense. I mean, it was a great offense.
I think KJ probably needs to send at least a Christmas card and a Christmas turkey to Kendall Briles every year, because it was because of Kendall Briles' ability to kind of hide KJ's weaknesses on offense that he was able to secure the NIL deals that he had the last year or two that he was here. Because, Briles caught a lot of flack. I gave him some flack at times. I'll admit it. But the dude, I mean, if you look at who replaced him and compare him to Kendall, there's no comparison. And Briles was more on that same spectrum with Petrino in regards to offensive ingenuity and making the right call at the right time for the most part.
Yeah.
I think that's fair too, what you mentioned about Kendall getting the most out of KJ. I mean, I don't know what to think about. I haven't really followed him since he went to TCU, but he certainly knew how to push KJ. Because look at what has happened since he left.
Yeah,
since KJ's left. I mean, he's an afterthought at both here and UCF. And
did he? I don't even think he played it down at UCF. Did he?
He played for a little while, and then he ended up getting benched, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I believe is what happened.
Yeah, he got beat out.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to touch back on Petrino's ability to recall plays and things like that. I was listening to the radio show tonight, and he talked about 3 instances in which a wide receiver or running back blocked downfield that led to a touchdown. Mm-hmm. He knew the exact player and who scored.
Yeah.
On all 3 instances.
So he had a reputation, and I remember this, when he was here the first time, he had a reputation for just his attention to detail.
Yes.
Is just and I hate to make this comparison because this son of a bitch left us for USC, but it's like Eric Musselman. Eric Musselman paid attention to all the like he watched.
He did. Yeah.
Guy he ate, breathed, and slept college basketball or just basketball, the game of basketball. Petrino's the same way with football. And it's that attention to detail. And you know, from what I understand, like film room is very serious, you know, when Petrino's there. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all. Unfortunately, you know, I couldn't listen to him tonight because we do our lives on Monday and Wednesday nights, but I always feel like I'm missing something when I you know, miss out on those, because he always gives little nuggets. I mean, again, I remember that his first time around. So yeah, I guess, you know, that's been our ongoing thing or theme in our on Tuss Talk on YouTube is, you know, what is, and I'm not trying to segue you guys on your own show, but this
no.
This has been our ongoing debate, and I know you guys have too, I'm sure. What is it going to take if you want Petrino here? What's it going to take? You know, and it's those little things that we really like about who, you know, what he does as an offensive mind, about that attention to detail and everything. It's those things you're going to lose on if you decide to walk away. And you see what this offense is doing. Are you prepared to walk away from that? Because we have certainly been here when we've had some atrocious offense. I mean, obviously the Enos season, or, you know, but
Cole Kelly, Nick Starkle.
Oh my God!
Oh,
PTSD,
Sparkles,
man.
Sparkles! Holy cow, I forgot about him.
Leads me into, that was actually going to be my question. Right,
I was actually going to ask him the same questions. What's going to take Bobby around?
So I'm going to segue your segue.
And you're going to give me the Uno treatment.
Yeah,
the reverse, baby.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the last 2 weeks with Bobby Petrino kind of heading things?
They have been better. We're seeing way better production from the offense in the second half, something they weren't really doing. They were scoreless there for a little while in the second half. They're actually putting together the game plan just as solid in the second half. Petrino is a guy that's going to make the game. He's going to change the plan as the game goes, and I feel like we're seeing more of that. You know, they're not just relying on a halftime. They're going to try and make their adjustments right then and there, and I feel like we're seeing a little bit of that since he's been named the interim. Was your question, you were asking me just the overall, like what do I think of Petrino so far in an interim capacity, or?
Yeah, I mean, in your opinion, has it been a positive change, or do you think that it's the same old song and dance? Because that's what you're hearing from a lot of people.
You're right. And there's people in my Discord. We know the conversations that are being had on Twitter or X, you know, well, it's the same thing. You're still losing the same way. Yeah, but I mean, again, that's not his defense. That's not his personnel.
Right.
That's not his staff. Like, he's working with what he's got. And do I think that the outcome would be different if he had his staff in place? Probably. Is Petrino known as a huge asshole? And there's certainly some people that don't want to be around him, including former staff members. I can tell you 1,000% who are people that were there when he was there. That is absolutely the case, but I still think he's very well connected and would have a better staff in place with better personnel and a better package and a better product on the field. I do think he would win these games if he was the head coach coming into the year. Listen, they should have fired Pittman, or he should have walked off into the sunset after beating Texas Tech.
Yes, 100%.
You could have avoided so much of this. I disagree.
I think he should have walked off into the sunset after he beat Penn State 2 years ago.
Back in 21?
Back in 21.
After the Outback Bowl?
After the Outback Bowl. If he would have walked off then and said, all right, I'm naming my successor, or that's it. I got you where you needed to go. Take it from here. The man would have been a freaking legend.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you talk about, I mean, the man never would have bought another cold beer in his life, because everywhere he went in the state, somebody would have been paying for the rounds.
What happened since then? You take a actually a less than mediocre team, Kansas team, to 3 overtimes in a Liberty Bowl on a season where you were counting on Louisiana Tech for bowl eligibility. You're always waiting until these last 2 or 3 games to get to bowl eligibility. Meanwhile, Vanderbilt's already bowl eligible before half the SEC right now.
Vanderbilt's got game day this weekend.
They do.
Has that ever happened before? I don't remember it if it has.
If they did, it would have been when either Franklin's first go around there, or when Cutler was there.
Cutler was there, yeah.
Well, that begs me the question, and our board DMAD wanted me to ask this: who's it going to be, Ty?
Oh no! Did I just get hit with a "Who you gonna get"?
Who you gonna get?
That's our motto on the channel.
I mean, out of and these guys here are locked into freaking locked into freaking Gruden. They're but if you take Gruden off the board,
Tell you what, man.
Look, here we go. Stone Cold Steve Chucky over here.
The Arkansas Razorbacks, man.
I mean, you've got PJ Fleck coming out of the woodwork now.
Yeah, where did that come from, Mister Suit and Tie on the sideline? I mean,
did I not tell y'all?
Yeah, you did.
Everybody,
one's up for Tyler, man, because he said it.
PJ Fleck. Now, Rhett Lashley has pulled his name out. We got that news broke 2 weeks ago, thanks to Matt Hart.
Pulled his name out. Yeah,
pulled his name out. But you've got Dan Mullen pushing for Gus Malzahn.
0.0, baby.
But apparently he didn't have any interest in beating Boise State over.
Yeah, that's how much interest he had in beating Boise. 0.0.
I mean, realistically, Ty, if you had to name your top 3 candidates, we've all named ours. Who are yours?
Oh Lord, this is. I mean, here's the thing, and I'll answer your question. I promise I will. You could poke holes in any damn name.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, Dan Mullen, he was my number one. Even after Boise State, what happened, I still like Dan Mullen. I know he pulled that 0.0 stuff on X and recommended Gus. He was my number one because of the success that he did have at Mississippi State. And by God, he started off pretty damn good at Florida.
Yeah.
And he's doing a good job at UNLV this year. Rhett, I like Rhett. I obviously, I don't know, why you wouldn't like Rhett. I mean, I can understand maybe you think he's underachieving a little bit this year, but it is SMU at the end of the day, even with all that money that they've got for the portal. Franklin's got to be in the mix somewhere. I mean, I realize his top 25 record isn't great. Again, you could poke holes in any freaking name. I guess it would be those guys. Now, if you had all the money in the world and you had the appeal of a Georgia, well, then, yeah, you're going to swing it like Kirby Smart, right? Or Day or some huge name. Maybe you try to bring – I've heard the name Harbaugh, bring him back to college.
Oh, my God.
I would say no thank you after the antics he pulled at Michigan.
He's got 2 decades worth of show cause going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a walking I couldn't believe that when someone was texting me that. But
you mentioned Rhett Lashley down at SMU. Have we not learned our lesson from hiring guys at SMU? Yes. Here's the argument though, Ty. All right. He took the team to the college football playoff. Great. It's a whole different animal playing at SMU in what? Are they
ACC.
Are they ACC or Big 12?
ACC.
ACC. It's a whole different animal playing, the ACC schools rather than coming to Arkansas and playing Alabama, Georgia, Florida, LSU, Texas. It's a whole different type of game. And a much higher step in competition, is it not? I mean, I thought we'd have learned our lesson by now.
Well, and again, I have to have this conversation all the time. Like people in our chat say the same thing. Like, I don't want anything to do with SMU. And after Chad Morris, you do have to separate it as far as that. And those people that say that, you got to separate the coach from the school. But you're not wrong. This is, Bielema underestimated the SEC. I mean, he absolutely underestimated the SEC when he walked in here. And then he pissed off a whole bunch of Texas high school coaches, the place you're trying to recruit, one of your pipelines. That is true. But again, PJ Fleck would be, he's never been in the SEC. And his name has done the rounds, right? I mean, there's so many of these coaches that have not coached in the SEC. Again, it goes back to who you're going to get, because I really I don't know the answer to this. I've got
go get Alex Mortensen from UAB.
Oh yeah. I remember he was here one time. You remember? When he was
number 7. Yeah.
So was Rhett Lashley apparently.
Well, and that's kind of been my sticking point against Lashley. I think Lashley is a great young head coach. I think he's probably going to be, over the next 10 years, one of the more successful coaches in college football. But my thing is right now, if he had not played high school ball at Shiloh Christian for Malzahn, and had he not been a Razorback, would his name even be anywhere in the mix?
No.
I don't know. I mean, I'm 50-50 on that because I understand like the Springdale people want him here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about that. I live in Springdale. I mean, the conversation around here is, yeah, bring him here now. And that's absolutely fair. But it is still, and I know we're in a different era of football with the NIL, and, the belief is that, oh, well, the SMU's got all this money and they're going to get whoever they want. Have you looked at their NIL rank or their transfer portal rankings? Like there's a couple of years where they're actually behind Arkansas.
Yeah.
So I don't know that I buy that we couldn't compete. I realize they have the oil money. Last I checked, we have a billionaire chicken guy that just gave Cal, and I realize he's a basketball guy, but I'm just saying, like, I think we've got our own type of, it may not be oil, but it's chicken, it's retail and Walmart, it's all the vendors in this
trucking.
area. And, oh Lord, Tyson, JB. Yeah. I mean, it's, JB Hunt and then Tyson.
Yeah.
With chicken. I think that there is a natural appeal here, and I think he would be appealing because he's a young guy, he's winning, and he's he's had success as a coordinator, and now he's doing it at SMU. I think it's fair to say that, yeah, the Arkansas connection, the Springdale connection has absolutely had a big part of that. So I'm a little 50-50 on it because it does seem like he's going to be the short list for every school this year. I think everyone's going to include him on their search.
I would agree with that. And I want to flip this and look at it from his perspective now, because yes, it is home and he's got a lot of support, but we all know that support only goes as long as the winning goes. And I mean, you look at what happened with Houston Nutt, when he come in, everybody thought he was a savior. And then by the time that he left, people were like, thank God he's finally gone. Yeah. And, they don't come any more homegrown than he was. But I will say this on Lashley. If I'm him, I don't take the job right now. I let it get a little more stabilized, let it elevate a little bit if it's going to elevate, because right now it's a huge risk to the rest of his career if he takes this job now and it ends up being another victim of the coaching graveyard tag that has been put on this program. If he goes, let's say 5 to 7 years from now, and he goes somewhere and he's won a natty and he's won multiple conference championships, and then the job comes open, at that point, it may be like, okay, it's time to go home.
It is let's just be real. Arkansas football has been a career killer.
It has. It really has.
Going all the way back to, boys, do you know my first game that I ever went to? Are you ready for this?
All right.
I went to the Citadel.
Oh.
That was my very first game.
Oh, God. 92.
92.
I was little, and my dad.
Jack Crow.
If you ever have an Arky 56 in your YouTube chat, that's my dad. He's got the Cardinal. He's got the Cardinal profile. He'll tell you. That was my very first game that he took me to, was the Citadel. So going all the way back to Jack Crow, to Danny Ford, to how many coaches, how many of them have their careers elevated since leaving Arkansas? And to be fair, you can make this argument for a lot of schools because, college football is its own animal. But we don't produce a lot of winners as far as like elevating career. Now, coordinators they have and assistants and GAs and all that, but in the state has, my God, the amount of coaches that come out of this state and go on and do great things.
Yeah.
Let me flip this around a little bit, Ty. You can actually, and I'll incorporate what MC was talking about as well. No matter who you bring in, number one, with the fan base, what's going to happen in 3 or 4 years when we're still struggling to get bowl eligibility, when we're still struggling to win a conference title, when we're still trying to make the college football playoff, and it's that constant cycle all over again. Okay, do you know? And correct, somebody might out there correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I did my research. Since 2012, we have had the most head coaches at our university than any of the other schools in the SEC.
That's wild. I didn't realize that.
We have had more head coaches at our university than any other coach in the SEC.
I would have thought Mississippi State. Well, I guess Mullen was actually there for a while.
Mullen was there for a while. because
Yeah.
I thought the same thing, and I thought Vandy would have been up there too.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're absolutely right. This is one of those, especially right now. Who would want this job from the outside looking in right now?
Yeah.
You've got an AD that doesn't give a damn about NIL, but wants to use the crybaby. Oh, woe is me. That's not what I said to the board of trustees. That publicly comes out against NIL, kicks the football team when they're down, says, in all those comments, you don't have you cannot hit a home run when it comes to this head coaching position. You've whiffed on it the last 3 times. From an outside perspective, it's not a favorable job right now.
Yeah.
Well, I think we do have something that is in our favor right now, is that if you don't hit one of those home runs, your home run hire is your interim head coach right now. That is
not according to the fan base. It's not.
Well, a good portion of it, but here's the deal. We're talking about PJ Fleck, and I'm gonna kind of turn away from what I just said for a second. Everybody's talking about PJ Fleck, and they're concerned with his record at Minnesota. He's, what do we say, 60-40 or something like that at Minnesota?
Something like
Minnesota
that,
in the Big Ten couldn't be more related to Arkansas, what Arkansas is in the SEC.
Y'all remember Minnesota beat the crap out of Arkansas in what was that, the Capital One Bowl?
No, it was Music City Bowl.
2000, my senior year in high school, 2002.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not that much older than me.
It's so funny you say that, because I literally said the exact same thing about Minnesota in our live show earlier, that is a very similar job to Arkansas.
Yeah.
And he was 60. He's 63-41.
Yeah.
Right now at Minnesota, and he's got a 500 record in conference play. And I know, like, I'm going to get hit. I can already read my DMs, and but I'm not saying he's my guy, for the love of God. They're
gonna bring Drake Lindsay with him.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I had half my Discord on me yesterday because I dared to say that Florida and Auburn are optically, two coaches, are better jobs right now.
Yeah.
Lane Kiffin to Florida.
Oh man, if that happened, oh my! You talk about an earthquake in the SEC.
MC over here is going to go chomp.
Oh, I'll get my Gator chomp working if that happens. All right, Ty. I'll admit I'm a big Lane Kiffin guy. Like when Pittman was hired and Lane was allegedly being considered or not, whoever, depends on what side of the story you want to believe there. I could have very easily gotten like a cease and desist, get away from me, you're too stalker-ish, on how many times I tweeted to Lane Kiffin, come to the UAF, because his big thing at FAU at the time was come to the FAU. And so I was hitting the dude up daily. I was like, hey man, it worked out well here when your dad was defensive coordinator. I mean, I was pulling out all the stops, man. And obviously you see it didn't work. So
anyway, we give him 9 kinds of hell
every week. Yeah.
It's okay. That's all right, because I've taken on the role of an Indiana Hoosier. So
listen, I was told that we shouldn't take a coach who's in his mid, and I know Cignetti's, he's going to be at Indiana for a while. He's not going anywhere, but I was told you don't want a coach. And that was one of the reasons about Petrino, why you would walk away from Petrino, because he's too old. And I'm like, well, I guess Indiana needs to walk away from Cignetti.
I have, when Bobby was initially named interim, I was like, okay, let's ride this out for the rest of the year, and then let's cut ties and go a fresh direction. Now, with some of these other jobs that have come open, and I'm continuing to see Arkansas fall down the pecking order of when they, if you were picking teams, Arkansas is not going to be one of the first 1 or 2 people picked. Now I'm almost like, you know what? Let's go ahead and give it to Bobby, get him on the cheap, save some money for a big-time defensive coordinator, some studs through the portal for the defensive side of the ball, because you are not going to have some of these hot names that are being thrown around, John Sumrall, Alex Golish, Franklin, and all these other guys. They're going to have better offers come their way than Arkansas. And I don't know why some of our fan base thinks that they would pick us over a Florida or potentially an Auburn if it's, likely going to come open. A Penn State, if Kiffin takes that Florida job and Ole Miss comes open, that job's ahead of Arkansas right now.
Right now, it is. Yeah, ESPN's. I don't know if you guys saw this tweet. ESPN's Rittenberg currently ranks Arkansas the 5th best available job among Power 4 college football openings.
I think that's fair.
Who's ahead of us?
He doesn't say. I'm assuming it would be, the Penn State, Florida,
Virginia Tech, probably.
They say Virginia Tech because they're in a better position with their NIL or something. Like there's work being done there, and they feel like Virginia Tech has actually helped itself out quite a bit there. There's no way in hell you put UCLA in front of Arkansas. I'm sorry.
No.
So I don't know who else they would put in front of Arkansas. And I don't know that I necessarily agree with that, but yeah, if Auburn opens up, I mean, and we haven't even talked about. I realize the buyout thing scares people off, but so far, like, does Penn State give a damn about Franklin's buyout?
Apparently, $49 million.
So now, I read correct me if I'm wrong. In his contract, there's a clause that says he has to find a comparable job, and then Penn State pays the difference between the new contract at his new school.
Yeah, they paid the difference, right? And so, I mean, it's clear like they worked out the language in that contract, and they can also, they did this with Pittman. Arkansas did this with Pittman, where they kind of worked it out, and they I guess they saved themselves like $1.5 million, just kind of walking down his buyout a little bit. And I remember there was drama with Bielema's too. When they fired Bielema, they had to pay him, and they went to court over it. So it's.
I mean, they shoved him in a broom closet and fired him. So
oh my God, yeah, that was crazy. So I mean, we're talking about all these buyouts. What about Brian Kelly at LSU, and what happens when that job opens up? If they do walk away from him, I'm not saying they will.
What's the possibility there? Like I've heard that he's next on the chopping block after Hugh Freeze.
And
man,
I don't even know if he's going to get fired as much as he might just want out of that situation.
Right now. As far as Auburn goes, MC made a very good point earlier today.
Oh, you want me to make it again?
Go ahead.
I was like,
I thought you were pausing for dramatic effect or something.
I was queuing you up.
So earlier today, we were kind of having our little pre-show chat that we have during the day. I find it kind of ironic that beating Arkansas is what got Hugh Freeze hired at Auburn, and potentially, if he loses to Arkansas this weekend, that's probably what's going to be that gets him fired from Auburn.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be poetic justice, though?
A little bit, kind of bookend it. Yeah, I mean, that, yeah.
Bobby Petrino, who's the coordinator at Auburn, and, a lot of fans, they got a little pissy with him when he was there. And then, supposedly there were some antics with Petrino hunting around for another job. But I want to beat Auburn so bad. I know they beat them last year. It's just always fun to beat those guys and to do it in Fayetteville. But yeah, that really could happen. Freeze could determine his future. And that's the thing. You got two coaches kind of fighting for the same thing, but in a different way. Petrino wants the job and Freeze wants to keep his job. So it's this weekend is really fascinating. This could change the landscape of the SEC to a degree, and it'll be interesting to watch. Not only that, but then the on-field dynamics between the atrocious defense of Arkansas versus the atrocious offense of Auburn. There's a lot of different things at play here this weekend, and I'm excited for it. Even though I know, there's a good possibility here that you could also be, Petrino might lose his opportunity this weekend if Auburn knocks him out. So.
Hey, I got that Rittenberg. I've got the top 5 here from our boy D-Mad went and researched it for us.
So great.
They've got Penn State number 1, Florida number 2, and now I start to disagree with it a little bit. They've got Oklahoma State number 3.
Oh my God.
Virginia Tech number 4, and then Arkansas number 5.
How do you put Arkansas behind Oklahoma State?
Well, I did not read the article. It just, like I said, D-Mad just sent me the breakdown on the top 5. If you look at, he does break down the article into different categories, and the last category is why this job ranks here. And so on Oklahoma State, it says if Oklahoma State has a strong plan, it should be able to rise fairly quickly in a league without behemoth brands. The team isn't that far removed from the college football playoff contention and can get there faster than any other program on the list. That's a bold statement for Oklahoma State.
That was what my thought was, is that Oklahoma State in that Big 12 right now that's not extremely strong probably has the easiest path to the college football playoff out of any other job that there is.
Yeah, the question you have though with the Big 12 is, this was a conference that was basically bankrupt not that long ago. I mean, there was a real possibility the Big 12 was going to shut down not long ago. And now they're without Texas and they're without Oklahoma, and they're trying to reach out to these other markets, bringing in Cincinnati and the like.
Yeah,
crazy that they turned down Memphis, who offered
$100 million.
Yeah, I didn't get that either.
That's crazy, and I don't know if that's a TV market thing. They just felt like that market's too saturated because of Tennessee and Vandy and the SEC. I don't know. That was weird. I really thought they were going to take them, but I guess there's some truth in that Oklahoma State has an easier climb into the playoffs, therefore adding the value. Who was their big donor that died? The old oil.
T. Boone Pickens.
T. Boone Pickens. That's right. They named the stadium after him, I believe. I know some Oklahoma State fans, and they're just as annoying as Oklahoma Sooner fans. I don't know what it is about that state, but they produce the most annoying, pain in the ass fans. I don't know if that's an NWA thing because we're so close to them. I know in Siloam, I've heard so many stories about Oklahoma fans and Arkansas fans getting in the fight at the parking lot at the casino while playing the slots. I don't know, but they are annoying as hell, and I really hope they missed out on that article because
ain't no love in Oklahoma. So
I'm telling you, they're
Wow, did you really?
I did, man. I did.
Wow.
I did. I went there.
Wow.
I was looking at the rest of the schedule. Here's something that I was kind of checking out that's kind of interesting. There is not a great quarterback that we are going to have to play against the rest of the year. There's not one of the top.
No. Hey, hold on. Archie Manning?
I
mean, come on.
Please, let me. Please.
What was it Feinbaum said about him at the beginning of the season? He was going to be the most electric player we've seen in the SEC since Tebow.
My fiance is a Texas fan, and I have been giving her hell all season. Now, she tries to talk bad about Arkansas, but all I can do is go, yeah, well, you're not wrong. So,
yeah.
Yeah,
we don't have a whole lot of ammo when it comes to football, do we?
$2.2 million for this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I'd want my money back.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Tyler. You're not wrong, though. Yeah, they don't play. They don't play a single. Like, there's no quarterback left that's really. Now, I know Mizzou's guy, Pavia. Perbula, sorry.
Pavia or Vandy.
Yeah, he's pretty good, but he's not. He's no Taylor Green by any stretch. So
no, we learned this past weekend that if you can stop Missouri from running the football, then they're going to have a tough go at it.
Oh yeah.
So
Ty, before we cut you loose, man, tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, Tuss Talk with Ty on YouTube. I'm told all the time that I need to branch out and be more energetic on social media. I don't know if it's because I'm like old and I'm just stubborn. you could find me there. I'm the fat bearded cranky guy that's typically screaming about the defense week in and week out on the show. Say what?
Dylan?
He's like, yeah, you're like our boy Dylan.
oh, okay. I wonder if it's the same Dylan in my. Well, maybe not. He's talking about Baja Blast. This is actually not a Baja Blast. I had a.
That's our boy D-Mad.
Okay, but it's real. Yeah, I'm in one spot. Tuss Talk with Ty on YouTube.
Baja Blast is pretty good.
It is. It's my favorite drink, bro. I love it.
Yes.
I love me some Baja Blast.
I just made the switch to zero drinks because. Yeah. Anyway.
I need to. My wife will tell you that.
Yeah. My fiance's on me the same way. But, hey, man, anytime you want to come on and hang in the pen, man, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, man, it was a blast. I appreciate you guys having me on. Anytime. Just reach out, and I'm usually available.
I'll try to get you added, man.
Chiming in.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting hung up here. My computer started kind of messing up on me. I was trying to get DMAT added into the scene, and it's not wanting to work for me. So anyway, Hey, Ty, before we let you get out here, man, I have to throw these two bombshells out from the baseball side of things today. Tony Vitello leaving Tennessee, and then also, I don't know if any of you guys saw this or not, but O'Sullivan at Florida is taking a leave of absence. I mean, basically, almost like he's been. I don't want to say he's been suspended, but it kind of has a
Sully.
Yeah, Sully. It kind of has one of those feels to it there. So, just get your take on that real quick, and then we'll let you get out of here, man.
Well, baseball, I take 1 month at a time. I'm so far out. I'm just now getting caught up on basketball, but yeah, whatever. Arkansas baseball, by God. I mean, there's one thing we know: they're gonna win during the regular season. So I guess he's got an easier path. If I don't know if they play Florida or. I think they do have Tennessee on the schedule this year, don't they?
Nope.
Man, I'd have to remember. No? I'd have to go back and look and remember.
No Tennessee, no Texas, no Florida, and no. There was one more.
Vanderbilt. No Vanderbilt.
No Vanderbilt.
Oh wow!
They're just trying to give us the national championship.
My God, I know they got Mississippi State. I think they opened up conference play, if I remember right, and they've got to play at South Carolina, which can be a headache, but. I mean, if whatever, Hogs by 90, by God, they're gonna win. We know they're gonna win during the regular season. It's just about what they can't do in the postseason, winning it all. But that was crazy. I did see that news. Vitello, that's nuts. And by the way, according to it's either CBS Sports or someone put out a tweet saying that that's the first time in history that a college baseball coach took a big league job. I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
I would have thought for sure that happened before.
Yeah, he's taking a pay cut to take this job too.
Whoa, are you serious?
Yeah,
that's the most surprising thing.
So there's a report coming out of Tennessee that the reason he left is because he and Danny White went head to head over NIL money because he wanted the same kind of setup that Dave has here at Arkansas, where basically baseball was given the women's basketball share of NIL.
Wow.
And that was not going to happen at Tennessee because Adidas is expecting big things out of them. Oh, and also there's a certain former Lady Vol that just happens to work for Adidas. Her name is Candace Parker. So when he didn't get the NIL deal, now this is all coming from a guy that's a Tennessee. He's a Tennessee beat guy. So I kind of feel like he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But it was over NIL money, and he didn't like the fact that women's basketball got a bigger chunk of the NIL money than baseball did.
Wow. Yeah, that's something we don't think about though, right? Is the dynamics of each school and the things they pride themselves in and where that NIL is, where it's sent. That's interesting. I mean, Arkansas baseball is a big deal here, and not very many coaches are going to get the kind of, the luxury and the the offers that Dave Van Horn has, which is why this is, I think, when he does retire, it's going to be the biggest job opening,
100%.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
That's when TV comes back home. Come on.
I made the joke. I got a couple of Tennessee buddies. I made the joke. I was like, hey, man, this is just saving you guys from tears in a few years from now when Dave retires and Tony is willing to crawl from wherever he is to take this job in Fayetteville.
Oh, man. It does seem more possible now for some reason.
It really does. Yeah.
That's what Tennessee fans are saying, that it plays very well into Arkansas's favor.
Suck it, Tennessee.
There you go. Hey, that's the best way to finish the segment right there.
That is brilliant. Ty, man, we appreciate you coming on. And like I said, anytime you want to hang out with us, man, you're more than welcome to.
Hey, man, it was a blast. I appreciate you guys.
All right.
Take it easy.
We're going to go to a quick break. On the other side of the break, it's the SEC Pick'ems, and I don't really want to do this. No, absolutely not. I don't want to, but we're going to have to. Let's just get this out of the way. Now,
all right.
On the other side of the break, I lost. We'll find out the rest of it on the other side of the break. You're listening to Inside the Hog Pen. Back right after this.
Mix Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mix Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Meeks Design.
Hey, Hog fanatics. We at Inside the Hog Pen are thrilled to announce that SeatGeek is now a sponsor. As brand ambassadors, we're excited to share SeatGeek as a ticket app that simplifies the ticket buying process for all your favorite events. They provide a 0 to 10 score for each ticket, with green indicating a good deal and red indicating a not so good deal. As a special offer, Hog fanatics can get $20 off their first ticket purchase by using the code INSIDEHOGPEN. Check out our socials for the link, and remember to use the code INSIDEHOGPEN.
Attention Razorback fans and local businesses. Are you ready to reach the most passionate Arkansas sports fans out there? Introducing Inside the Hog Pen, not your normal Razorback talk show. We're fans first and don't try to hide it. No agendas, no propaganda. At Inside the Hog Pen, we call it like we see it. And now we're looking for sponsors to join the team. This is your chance to put your brand in front of thousands of loyal Razorback fans who live and breathe Arkansas sports. From small businesses to major brands, we have sponsorship packages tailored just for you. So let's grow together and make Inside the Hog Pen bigger and better. Don't miss out. Call 501-416-4331 or email us today at insidethehogpen@gmail.com and become a proud sponsor of Inside the Hog Pen.
It's time to step back inside the hog pen to the Meeks Design Studios.
All right, welcome back to Inside the Hog Pen. Razorback Zach, Marcus, MC Carlton, and Officer Doofy down there on the end. Tyler Callahan. Oh, man. Big thanks to Ty for joining us this week.
Yeah, that was great, man.
We've had y'all have had a couple of good guys come on the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's been good, man.
But we have to do this.
We have to, absolutely.
Can we just?
We have to give the people what they want, man.
We just no.
One's up for Zach, by the way.
No, we don't.
One's up.
No, put him down.
Not for the normal reason, but because this right here is the number of wins he got in the pick'em this week.
Put him down. It's my
Uno.
It's my but I called the upset. I called that play, Chuck. I called it.
One.
It was very so thank you. Anchor down.
Anchor down.
Anchor down, baby. That's
is that what? I don't know what their deal is.
Anchor down. That's all I'm going to say. All right, so here's the standings as they are going into Week 9. MC is taking off with it. He wins it last week, 4-2. Tyler at 3-3. D-Matt at 2-4, and then I come in at 1-5. And get this. Not only did I get one win last week, I am now officially in last place. Tyler has now passed me up on wins in the overall competition. So I am now in dead last. And he is 2 weeks behind all of us, and he's still outdoing me. But that's okay. So the overall standings, 32-17 for MC, 30-19 for Dylan. I am at 25-18, and Tyler is at 26-11. Tyler still has, as of right now, Tyler still has the best winning percentage overall. So one's up.
Look, I'm not getting too comfortable with this lead because
and there's my better half.
I'm way too deep into the Arkansas thing because I fully expect to go into like the last week of the season and then completely go like 0-6 and blow my lead that I have.
It's possible. It's possible. All right, so here we go. I got to get through these picks. First up, and these are picked by MC this week, brought to you by Marcus MC Carlton. Number 8, Ole Miss travels to Norman to take on number 13, Oklahoma, who's a 5.5-point favorite. Dylan took Ole Miss. MC, we're going to put you last because we all know you're going to go Ole Miss. Tyler, who you got?
Man, I'm super surprised that Oklahoma's favored in this game.
Yeah.
I don't see a way that Lane Kiffin doesn't have a game plan for that defense. And I know Ole Miss's defense isn't great, but I'm going Oklahoma, and I'm going to go Ole Miss, and they're going to cover too. I mean, that's the weirdest
we
line.
get two for out of Tyler this week. Okay. MC, you can Ole Miss, aren't you?
Hotty toddy, gosh almighty.
I had a feeling you were going to do that. All right. Auburn travels to Fayetteville to take on Arkansas, who is a 2.5-point favorite. This is the first time we've actually picked Art.
Yeah, and the only reason I put this in here is because you've got two teams that are kind of, barely hanging on for life in one way or the other. One's got an interim. One's trying to hang on to his job. The interim guy is trying to get that interim tag removed. And I think depending on who wins this, you might see one or the other happen.
Okay, pause real quick. Put Dylan's comment up there. He says, as the self-proclaimed football guy of the group every year, how are you in last every... Look, I analyze the game of football. I can't pick football. All right, I will admit that right now. It's obvious as in the picks. All right, I can talk football. I can analyze the game, but I can't pick them. All right, obviously. It's just not going to happen. So, anyway, MC, who you got, Arkansas or Auburn?
I'm going heart over head. And I think, honestly, with the history between Arkansas and Auburn, the football gods owe us one. So I'm going to say that Arkansas puts an end to the Hugh Freeze tenure at Auburn this weekend in a big way.
Tyler, before we get to you, did you guys see where the ref for the Georgia game last week has been definitely suspended? He's following in the footsteps of one Mark Curl. Screw you, Mark.
Who, by ironically, Mark Curl still gets to call SEC games.
I swear to God, if he calls Arkansas Auburn, I swear to God, I may actually just not. Yeah, I won't. So luckily, the game is at 11, and we're actually celebrating my bonus daughter's 16th birthday.
Another 11 o'clock game.
11:45 is the kickoff this weekend. Tyler, who you got, Auburn or Arkansas?
I'm with MC. I think the football gods kind of owe us one in this one. And Sam Pittman's no longer our head coach, so I think we're going to win this football game.
All right. Next one up, number 4, Alabama, who is a 12.5-point favorite, travels to Columbia, South Carolina, to take on the Gamecocks. Does Bama win, or is it go South Carolina? I'm not going to say the other thing. Bama show. And
Tyler.
I don't see. Here's the thing. I don't know how you can say that with a straight face as a South Carolina fan.
It's kind of like when you have jokes about passing gas. They're always going to be funny, and I'm always going to giggle. So it just is what it is.
It's probably like neck for LSU. It's just part of it, It's just like anyhow.
Tyler, who you got, Bama or South Carolina?
I got Bama big.
Yeah.
Big.
So Amy,
I would agree.
Amy was making this joke, said that Bama fans can't spell elephant, so they're cheering for laundry detergent.
That's fair.
She told me that, and I was laughing my head off. Give me Bama.
Yep, I got to agree.
Hey,
Kalen DeBoer, man. I mean, for Bama fans to be as unrealistic as they are, I mean, all the guy's done, man, he's put together a heck of a year, and I really think that he's going to be okay there, man. It was touch and go there for a minute, but I think he's settling in. He's going to be just fine.
So Dylan so far has taken Arkansas, Bama, and Ole Miss. So he's on par with all of us.
Yeah.
So it's all been unanimous. That's why I haven't said anything about.
Real quick, I think Alabama needs to put it in his contract that he has to wear the black hoodie.
Yes.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. All right. Number 15, Missouri, travels to Nashville, where game day is going to be, to take on number 10, Vanderbilt, who's a 2.5-point favorite. Dylan has Vandy. Are we going to be unanimous again, MC?
Probably. Go, Diego, go. Oh, Tyler's going for the upset.
I love watching Diego Pavia play, dude. I said college football needs the word I used was enigma. They need a guy like him, like a Johnny Football type guy.
Yep.
But Missouri's going to upset Vandy this week.
Ooh, going with the upset. Okay. All right.
Anchor down, baby. That's all I'm going to say. Anchor freaking down.
Well, and this is either going to go really, really good for the three of us or really, really good for Tyler on that one.
Right? All right. So A&M, number 3 A&M, 2.5-point favorite, travels to Death Valley to take on number 20 LSU.
Is Brian Kelly coaching for his job?
Yes.
I think so.
I mean, how big of a statement win would it be to knock off the number 3 team in the country at home? I don't know. I think that game is at night, too.
Yeah. I mean, does LSU play a home game that's not at night?
No, did you see that stat they put out not long ago?
Yeah.
83%. By far higher than way higher than even Alabama.
Yeah.
I mean, it just blows my mind that that's been allowed to happen. I mean, you may as well just prop them up and say, hey, you're our cherished one.
Yeah, no doubt.
This is the only time this year I'm ever going to say it. Gig them.
Ooh, I'm trying to pull up here and see what time this game is.
Yeah,
6:30.
Yeah, it's a prime time game.
But man, I think LSU struggled on the offensive line. They can't really run the ball. Obviously, Arkansas. I don't want to say necessarily exposed them, but I just don't think that Nussmeier is with him not being healthy, can do what they need to do to be able to win this football game. And Marcel Reed is just a stud, man.
He's good. Yeah.
I got A&M, and man, I don't want to. I think they're going to win big, guys. I just really do. I think they're finally going to snatch LSU. What little soul they have left, whatever hope they're hanging on to, they're finally going to lose it this week.
So I'm before you pick yours, MC, I'm going to tell you, Dylan. Dylan took LSU.
Okay.
Me and Tyler have the Aggies.
I see. I'm going LSU,
and
here's why. I'm going LSU. I'm sitting here looking at their schedule, and I'm looking at the fact that Aggie is undefeated. History tells us Aggies do not handle success very well. And they historically have always choked away at least one game a year that they had no business losing. This is going to be that game.
I want to see this one be another 73-72, 9 overtime game. That's what I want to see. I have not seen one of those in a very long time. All right, final game. Number 17, Tennessee, 7.5-point favorite, travels to Lexington to take on the Kentucky Wildcats. Dylan took the Vols. Tyler, who you got?
Yeah, man, the Vols big. Kentucky's got a great defense, but Joey Aguilar and that offense are just they're looking for revenge after what happened against Alabama last week.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And there was I don't know how much truth there is to this, but there was a report that came out earlier this week saying that Mark Stoops has met with the AD and basically said that he wants out. Now, I don't know if there's any truth to that or not, but if there is just a little sliver of truth to that, I think Kentucky lets go of the rope, and I think this one gets ugly.
All right. So it's either going to go really good for all of us, or really bad for all of us, because there are 4 games we are unanimous on.
Yeah,
Arkansas, Bama, Ole Miss, and the Vols.
I'm looking across the top 25. This is a game that I almost put in here. Coming up at 11 a.m. on Saturday on ESPN2, South Florida goes to the Litter Box in Memphis to play the Tigers. I think that I did say the Litter Box because, kitty cats play in a litter box, and I don't care. I don't care that they beat us. They're Tiger High. They're the kitty cats. That's what they're always going to be, and they play in the litter box.
Is that going to be Memphis' second loss of the season?
I think it could be. I mean, everybody. I say everybody. A lot of people are really high on Alex Golesh being the next coach at Arkansas. I think if he could go into Memphis and pull this off, that would be a huge feather in his hat.
I mean, he's playing they're ranked, aren't they?
They are. Where did that go? I was just looking at it and it disappeared on me. They're like 16th, I think.
Yeah, so they're playing
18th.
Yeah, South Florida's playing to be that Group of 5 team. That's what's happening.
Well, this could determine what Group of 5 school gets into the playoffs.
Absolutely. Well, and this is for the lead in the American right now because South Florida's sitting there at 3-0. Memphis is 2-1.
Well, y'all want to put that one in as a tiebreaker, or do we need one?
We can throw a bonus game in.
Bonus in there, yeah.
Who you got, Tyler?
I'm going USF. I like Ryan Silverfield, and I'm honestly super surprised that he's not even like being mentioned as a top candidate for the Razorbacks coaching job.
His name has been thrown around.
But Alex Golish and company, I just think are gonna. They've played better competition so far this year, and I think that they're gonna walk away with a win.
Ooh, man. Boy, that's going to be I don't know, man. Memphis is hard to beat at home. I think just for the sake of going a different direction, I think I'm going to take the Kitty Cats, and they're going to defend their litter box this weekend.
I'm going Memphis too, and I think Dylan took the Russian, which means USF.
The Russian.
I think. Like I said, I'm not very up and up on that vernacular. But final thoughts as we get out of here tonight, gentlemen. MC, we'll start with you.
Final thoughts. We didn't talk about this at all, but my favorite time of the year starts this Friday as John Calipari leads his Razorback basketball team onto the floor at the Basketball Palace of Mid-America in an exhibition game to take on the Cincinnati Bearcats. From that point forward, it starts rolling, and the campaign to end the Razorback season in Indianapolis starts Friday night.
I'd just like to say that I called national championship for Arkansas way before
he did. And I'm just saying Final Four. I'm not going for winning the whole thing.
Oh, we're winning the whole damn thing.
I'm not there yet.
We winning the whole damn thing. And probably by February, I'll probably start, oh crap. No. Tyler, final thoughts as we get out of here tonight.
Yeah, man, just to bounce off of what MC said for a second, man, basketball season to me, like I enjoy football, I love football, but basketball, you get 2 games a week. It's like you just get to stay in tune with it all year long, and you don't have to wait as long between games to kind of bounce back or see how things are going. But, man, I look for Arkansas to get a win this weekend, guys, and I think that Bobby Petrino puts one more tally next to his name to get closer to being the head coach at the end of the year.
I like it.
Yep.
I like it. Hey, big shout out. My kiddo, one of my kiddos anyway, got to go to her first Razorback game, had a blast. That 2-hour rain delay was cold. It was wet. It was a core memory that I will forever cherish, and I have waited 16 years to do that, so that was good. And then, of course, a very special shout out next week. My bonus daughter is also celebrating her 16th birthday.
All right.
So happy birthday, Brooklyn. But I now have 2 16-year-old girls and a 13.
Ooh, boy.
MC, save me. Help.
Let's put Zach on like every prayer list possible.
Tell me about it. But for D-Mad, the absent-minded, no, I'm kidding. The absent D-Mad, Tyler Callahan and MC, who held it down last week while I took a break after all the 8 shows we've done. For all of them, I'm Razorback Zach. You've been listening to an all-new episode of Inside the Hog Pen. Until next time, so long, everybody.
Thanks for watching this episode of Inside the Hog Pen. Listen anytime on your favorite podcast provider, and be sure to follow us on all our social network channels.